You see here. Now you see what we have here, the weeds that we have here, they are all in flower. And these flowers are maturing and falling down. Now when we are ready to crop, what happens? We come in and slash. We come in and hoe. Or we come in and use the herbicide to kill whatever is growing. And we think we have done it. Then when we plant, what happens? More especially when we begin to till the land, we bring the wheat seeds from below up. And for seeds to germinate, they need sunlight and moisture. And so, when the weeds come up, they get sunlight, moisture is there, and immediately you begin to have things like this. So, when the land is bare, you have planted your crop. Soon after your crop germinates, you see the wheat seeds profusely coming. The good thing is that I have told you that you need sunlight and moisture for wheat seeds to germinate. So, if for instance, here, granted that this has not been allowed to seed, we have slashed and covered the plot with the weeds that were there. So at this time, this is serving as mulch. Not until this mulch decomposes to allow sunlight to hit the soil, the wheat seeds will not germinate. And that is why we say that in this agroecology sort of thing, the soil should always be covered with mulch. So by the time the wheat seeds come up so much, the seedlings come, your crop is up, and the moment it begins to cast some shade, the wheat seeds are not so strong enough. But why do we even allow the wheat seeds to come? And so, what you do is occasionally, even in the period when you are not cropping, and more especially in pure organic farming system where you are not using herbicide. If you are using a herbicide, what might happen is that you will come in and use sub-lethal dose so that you don't kill the plant, but you suppress it and just make sure that these weed seeds do not come in. But the best thing is that you allow the weeds to grow, but take the top, like we did the other time. So as you do this, what you are achieving is that you still have cover. You still have cover to protect the soil surface. But then, you see, we should have done this before this profuse seeding had come. And so, at that time, this field would be covered, but then there wouldn't be the weed seeds in the soil. So, the good thing about this is that the soil is always covered. Now the nutrients that are in here, once you cut it, the weeds, the mobilized resources feed on there. And so if there is any nutrient that is leaching, it will take it up. Bring it in, you cut it again, so on and on, you are recycling. The nutrients that would have leached, it will take it, bring it to the top, you cut it, this lies on top to protect the soil, and it brings back the nutrients. But then, when you are ready to farm, you have to get this, kill it. And so, whenever you are killing the weed, weeding, make sure that you cut it below the last node. If you cut it above the last node here, like this one will sprout. So we don't weed like the people that go around looking for rabbits and things. At this point, you don't do it like this. You go way down and make sure that whatever you do, you go down, cut it way to the ground. But then you see, what the farmers do is always to create an island of mulch. They use a stick, and then by the time they finish, they have heaps, and in between, everything is bare. So as we go, we come back, and at this time, you still have some tiny weed seeds coming. So make sure that this one is not like that, but it's way on the ground. So as you go, slash it. There is nothing that is growing there, but then you spread. So it's the same material there that you are using to cover. Do we get it? Yeah.